Hello, and welcome. You are watching Step Up Medicine's video on liver and bile production. The liver is your body's chemical powerhouse. It metabolizes nutrients, detoxifies harmful substances, and manufactures bile for digestion. In this episode, you'll learn the key metabolic functions of the liver. Naisi in Wamani, Kamala Tasers, you'll see how bile is produced, how it flows, and why it matters. We'll also cover the role of bile salts in fat digestion and absorption. And finally, we'll break down some important clinical links, including jaundice, gallstones, and liver dysfunction.
The liver receives nutrient-rich blood from the gastrointestinal tract through the portal vein. It plays a central role in metabolism. Let's break that down. First, carbohydrates. The liver stores glucose as glycogen. It also performs gluconeogenesis, the process of creating glucose from non-carbohydrate sources like amino acids and lactate. Next, lipids. The liver synthesizes cholesterol and creates lipoproteins, which transport fats through the bloodstream. And finally, proteins. The liver plays a key role in the urea cycle, which removes excess nitrogen from the body. It also synthesizes important plasma proteins, including albumin and clotting factors. In short, the liver is vital for managing and balancing your body's energy needs. Let's take a closer look at how the liver detoxifies alcohol. When you consume alcohol, also known as ethanol, it is absorbed into the bloodstream and delivered to the liver through the portal vein. In the liver, ethanol is primarily broken down by an enzyme called alcohol dehydrogenase. This enzyme converts ethanol into a toxic intermediate called acetaldehyde. Acetaldehyde is even more harmful than alcohol itself. It contributes to hangover symptoms and can damage liver cells. Thankfully, the liver has another enzyme called aldehyde dehydrogenase. This enzyme rapidly converts acetaldehyde into acetic acid, or acetate, which is non-toxic. Acetate is then further broken down into water and carbon dioxide, which are eliminated from the body. This entire process also produces NADH, a reduced coenzyme. Excess NADH can disrupt normal liver metabolism, contributing to fatty liver and impairing glucose production. Chronic alcohol consumption can overwhelm this system. Over time, it leads to liver damage, inflammation, fibrosis, and eventually cirrhosis. In some people, especially those with aldehyde dehydrogenase deficiency, acetaldehyde accumulates. This causes facial flushing, nausea, and rapid heartbeat after drinking, a reaction commonly seen in individuals of East Asian descent. So while the liver can detoxify alcohol, excessive or chronic drinking can quickly exceed its capacity, leading to long-term damage. The liver also acts as a major storage center. It stores glycogen, which is a quick-access form of energy. It also stores essential minerals like iron and copper, and it holds reserves of fat-soluble vitamins A, D, E, and K, which are important for vision, bone health, antioxidant function, and clotting. In addition to storage, the liver produces bile. Bile is synthesized by liver cells and secreted into the biliary tree. From there, it travels to the gallbladder for storage or directly into the small intestine to help with digestion, especially the digestion of fats. Bile is a yellow-green, alkaline fluid produced by the liver. It plays a critical role in digestion, especially the digestion and absorption of fats. Bile is made up of several key components. First, bile salts. These are essential for emulsifying fats, breaking them into smaller droplets so enzymes can work more effectively. Second, bilirubin. This is a waste product from the breakdown of hemoglobin in red blood cells. Third, cholesterol. Some is used in bile production, and excess cholesterol is eliminated through bile. Next, phospholipids, such as lecithin. These help keep cholesterol dissolved and support fat emulsification. And finally, electrolytes and bicarbonate, which help neutralize acid and maintain the pH of intestinal contents. It's important to remember, bile is not an enzyme. But without it, fat digestion would be inefficient and incomplete. Here's a simple mnemonic to remember the key components of bile. Some big cows produce fat emulsion. Salts, bilirubin, cholesterol, phospholipids, fat emulsion.
Let's take a look at how bile flows through the body. Bile is produced by liver cells, known as hepatocytes. From there, it's secreted into tiny channels called bile canaliculi. These channels drain into bile ducts, which merge to form the hepatic ducts. Bile then travels to the gallbladder, where it is stored and concentrated between meals. When you eat, the hormone CCK is released. Kirchhoff. This triggers the gallbladder to contract. As a result, bile is pushed out through the common bile duct and into the duodenum. There it helps emulsify fats and assists in digestion. Most bile salts are not lost, ACK is take cold release. They're reabsorbed in the ileum and sent back to the liver through the portal vein. This recycling process is known as the enterohepatic circulation. It allows the body to reuse bile salts multiple times during digestion. Now let's talk about bilirubin, a yellow waste product from the breakdown of red blood cells. When red blood cells are broken down, the heme portion of hemoglobin is converted into unconjugated bilirubin. Unconjugated bilirubin is not water-soluble, so it travels to the liver, bound to a carrier protein albumin. Inside the liver, hepatocytes take up the bilirubin and conjugate it with glucuronic acid, making it water-soluble. This new form is called conjugated bilirubin. The conjugated bilirubin is then secreted into bile and passed into the small intestine. In the gut, it's converted by bacteria into a compound called urobilinogen. Some urobilinogen is reabsorbed and recirculated, but most is eliminated from the body. It exits as strocobilin in the stool, giving feces its brown color. A small amount is excreted in urine as urobilin, giving urine its yellow color. When this process is disrupted, bilirubin can build up in the blood, leading to a yellowing of the skin and eyes, a condition called jaundice. There are 3 main types of jaundice. Prehepatic jaundice happens before the liver, usually due to excessive red blood cell breakdown, like in hemolysis. Hepatic jaundice occurs when the liver itself is damaged, such as in hepatitis or cirrhosis. Posthepatic jaundice is caused by obstruction of bile flow, often due to gallstones or tumors. The gallbladder stores and concentrates bile between meals. Cartalimentation. It sits just beneath the liver and holds bile until it's needed for digestion. When you eat, especially a fatty meal, the hormone cholecystokinin or CCK is released. CCK signals the gallbladder to contract. This contraction pushes bile through the common bile duct and into the duodenum. Once in the intestine, bile helps emulsify fats and supports their digestion and absorption. However, if there's too much cholesterol or not enough bile salts, bile can become imbalanced. Over time, this can lead to the formation of gallstones. Gallstones may block bile flow, causing pain, nausea, or even inflammation, a condition called cholecystitis. Let's hit some quick clinical facts. Cholestasis means blocked bile flow. Think jaundice, pale stools, and dark urine. Primary biliary cholangitis. It's autoimmune. The bile ducts get attacked. Cirrhosis is long-term liver damage. It can cause portal hypertension, fluid buildup, and even brain fog. And don't forget, the liver handles first-pass metabolism. That's why drug dosing matters. The liver manages metabolism, detoxification, and bile production, all vital for digestion and balance. Bile salts break down fats and get recycled through the enterohepatic circulation. Bilirubin metabolism helps explain the different types of jaundice. And finally, the hormone CCK coordinates bile release during meals. Here is a quick question to test your knowledge. Where are bile salts reabsorbed? A. Duodenum. B. Ileum. C. Jejunum. D. Colon. Drop your answers in the comments below. If this helped clarify your basics, like and subscribe for more high-yield videos. Up next, small intestine absorption. Thanks for watching, and keep stepping up your knowledge.